What's going on, everybody? Captain Zeus here, and I'm back with another review for HBO's Dune Prophecy Episode 3. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, definitely spoiler warning up ahead because I will be going into some details about it. And if you like these reviews, let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe, and show some support to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, I will say, to start things off, this episode was pretty boring. I was not interested in this episode really at all. I think flashbacks in general, typically used for lazy storytelling and overused as well. Like 90% of this episode was an entire flashback, and most of the flashback you could take out and it wouldn't change anything. Like, there were some parts that were important when the Harkonnen sister talks to Mother Superior about the voids, which again I'm still confused about. I thought all the sisters had that. I thought that's what was kind of what made them unique from the get-go. I guess it's just, a Harkonnen thing, and also it doesn't explain how she, the Harkonnen chick, got the power, so that was weird. Other than that, nothing else really was either interesting or made sense. We had so many unnecessary scenes with trying to make the Harkonnen's Mother Superior lady, again I can't remember names, try to make her seem like the good guy, try to make her seem like everyone else is crazy, when in actuality she's just a kid filled with rage. Like, she's not in the right by any means. Like, everything that people are saying about her is true. I don't know what the point of this episode was in regards to trying to make it seem like she's changed. Although she becomes a Reverend Mother, never got that vibe. Never even realized that. She's not acting like any different than when she was as a kid, especially since she's like relying more on Lila's ability to become Reverend Mother. Also, if you're a Reverend Mother, does that mean it's only for your past bloodline? I thought it was just Reverend Mothers in general. Again, maybe I'm just confusing things with how things were in the movies, because again, I've only seen the movies, I haven't seen the books. Also, the Harkonnen planet, is it like just a regular planet where there's different, seasons there? There's a snowy section, there's a foresty section, there's, the section where, like in Dune Part 2, where everything's so dark and like all whited out. Like, I don't know. I thought that was the Harkonnen home planet. Everyone was white because of the sun and whatnot, but that doesn't even seem to be the case. Or maybe that was just the moon, which I don't think that was the moon. So also confused as to the locale of the Harkonnen home planet. Honestly, I just wasn't interested in this episode at all. I found myself just going on my phone trying to read webtoons while watching this episode. It seemed so dragged out and boring. I got into this series wanting to get into the political scheming, wanting to get into... I didn't come into this show wanting to see an entire hour plus of why the Harkonnen Mother Superior chick has the mentality of the way she does. I don't care. I never cared. In fact, I was disinterested in her whole backstory segment in the first episode. Why am I getting a whole episode of it here? Also, her doing the voice is still annoying and sounds terrible. It is like completely different than literally every other time we've heard someone use the voice in the show or in the movies. It's so off-putting. I just don't like it. Maybe it's just my personal preference, but I just don't care for this. I hated that we had a whole episode on it. It was like it was a waste of time. I could probably skip this episode, and the only thing that I would have missed was the ending. And the ending, which I think was actually the important part, is the fact that we learned that the sisters have AI. They're using thinking machine technology, which is a no-no, is taboo, is banned. That was the only thing about this entire episode that I found interesting in the slightest, that I found important. Okay, maybe the part where Mother Superior goes to her uncle, but that's probably going to be added into the beginning of the next episode, so it's not like I missed anything. What I want to know is, how in the world do they have AI technology? Why do they have AI technology, and what is it being used for? Because to my knowledge, the whole point of the sisterhood was to create a mind, a living person who can transcend space and time. That's the whole point of the Lisa Al-Gaib, the whole point of their chosen one. But it doesn't seem like that was always the case, and this is a good thing, right? Like, I want to know more about this AI situation, why they have it, how this is going to affect them in the future, because there's going to be huge consequences once people find out. Also, I have a question. What is the relationship between the sisters there? Because to my knowledge, Lila was getting bullied by like a good amount of the sisters, especially Sister Jen. I know for a fact she wasn't friendly with Sister Jen. So why is Sister Jen all teary-eyed and compassionate over Lila's death? I don't understand it. I don't understand the relationships. Are they rivals? Are they like friends? Are they just frenemies? I don't get it. It doesn't seem to be clear, because it's like they're competing with each other to the point of not liking each other, but then they want to be all lovey-dovey with each other. I don't understand it. I could just be confused, you know, I don't know, but I'm gonna rate this episode like a 3 out of 10. I'll be completely honest. I was not interested in the slightest. It was boring. It seemed irrelevant. The only important parts were those 2 that I mentioned earlier. Everything else you could take out and it doesn't affect anything. Like, to me, I don't feel like I missed anything other than those 2 specific points. But what do you guys think? If you guys have read the books, please let me know in the comments below what it is I'm missing, why these scenes should be important, and you know, what are your thoughts on the show so far? Because honestly, episode 1 was meh, episode 2 was like, oh, this is good, and episode 3 just dropped me right back down to this is not looking good. And we're almost halfway through the season. I think it's like an 8-episode season, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about the rest of the season. But nevertheless, that's it for me. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. I'm Captain Zeus, and I will catch you guys later. See you.